Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzz and Pattaya. Shall we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Today, I'm down here at the Silver Spur on Soy 13 off Soy Bacala, and I'm delighted to join me. It's Mark. Mark, how you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you.
So, how's things?
It's going really well, yeah. I'm very surprised, to be honest. I mean, it's not major busy, because obviously Pattaya's not busy at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's ticking over, and I'm happy about that, and we're getting customers, and I'm happy about that.
Because you've only opened recently.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
I did open 3 months ago, but I had to close, but...
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, okay, no worries, yeah.
So, where are you from, Mark?
From Manchester.
From Manchester?
Yeah.
And what did you do back at Manchester? What were you doing?
All over the years, I've done many things, you know, started off as a structural engineer, became a firefighter, and then retired from that, and I've done all little jobs and this, that and the other. But I've been in the police, I did some work for the ambulance services and ambulance tech on the mental health side. I've done plane crash investigation for a couple. Yeah, that was very interesting. Not very nice, but very interesting. And you know, lots of little things. I mean, my last job before I came here, we worked in the funeral service.
So fire service, police service, fire crash, funeral service. Should I be worried sitting here? Do you know something about you about you I need to know about?
To be honest with you, everything I've done through life is about death. So
well, that's it. Nice to know you guys. If I'm not around you, then what was the fire service like? You've done quite a while, didn't you?
Yeah, it was amazing. I absolutely love the fire service. Unfortunately, I had a car accident, damaged the nerve in my neck, and got retired. But absolutely love the fire service. I always say it was the best job in the world.
Yeah.
Right. It is the best job in the world.
Yeah.
For that type of job.
Yeah.
But when I was in the police, I did 4 years in the police on response, and that was a very rewarding job. I mean, you don't realise what police deal with a lot of mental health.
Yeah.
That was one of my specialities. So it was very rewarding to be able to help people in the community. And I worked in my community. When I joined, they said, where do you want to work? So I want to work in my community. And I went, why? I said, because I want to help my community. So, yeah, it was brilliant. I did 4 years, and then my knee started to play up, and I couldn't do the bleed test anymore.
Bleed test, yeah. There's all, I remember the old BA test when I was in the, because my family grew up in the fire service. And the bleep test, they're downstairs in the BA test. In there, that was great. I used to love doing that, but I never got involved because obviously I was a kid, but putting the mask on and going downstairs, you know where you put the trucks and then you got the service pit underneath, they used to fill it with foam, you know, and wander through. Great fun, great.
Do you know what? They tend not to do that anymore now because of health and safety, but I remember when I joined, at London Road Fire Station in the middle of Manchester, to find out whether you were claustrophobic or not, you had to go through a hole. It was only like 2 foot by 3 foot, this hole, and then you went, and it was pitch black, you couldn't see anything, and it was full of rubble, and then it literally was about 100 feet long, this tunnel. Yeah. And then you had to all get together in like a little, it was just like a hole underneath, and then you had to come back out again. Oh, yeah. They don't do that anymore now.
Well, I could have done it when I was a kid, but I couldn't do it now. I remember when they stuck me up the HP tender, the 100-metre hydraulic platform tender. I was in Wandsworth. And that's how my mum met my stepfather, John Rowe, because he came to launch it. And he was a big rig at the time. My mum was just a cleaner. He shagged the cleaner, dirty bastard. But anyway, so, because they launched it, and of course in Wandsworth, so many high-rise flats, high-rise buildings, that was where they demoed it, and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. But fair play to you, you've done a fantastic job.
Fire service was brilliant, yeah. It's a very rewarding job. It's like, now I talk to my friends now that have just come out, they say it's changed completely. But when I was in, it was crazy. Some of the stuff we did was lunatic. It was just crazy. You'd like be 100 feet up on top of building roofs, no harnesses, no nothing, going through roofs to fight fires and this, that and the other. And then if I think about it now, I thought, oh my God, I could have just slipped and fell off. Yeah. It was crazy. And to be honest, now I don't like heights.
Yeah. Well, John attended the Alexander Graham Bell fire, the Alexander Bell Palace, and he actually fell through. He fell through. He was in a bad way for 2 or 3 months. He survived. But...
Oh, God, I've fallen through floors, roofs. I've been blown up. I was on top of a power station once, and somebody decided, for some reason, to put water on the fire in the power station. and it literally, the whole thing exploded. I was on the roof. It blew me off the roof.
Wow.
It was just, luckily, luckily, on the way down, I hit the fence, so we slowed me down.
A bit.
Yeah, but I still tore all my ligaments in my ankle.
Bloody hell. So when did you first come out to Thailand?
Oh, gosh. I first came out to Thailand in November 2023.
Oh, quite recent then?
Yeah, and to be honest, I'd never been to Thailand or Asia before, anywhere. The only thing I've been is like America and Europe, and I'd never been here. And it was all down to your videos and other videos just by chance watching YouTube.
I promise I won't blow you up.
Honestly, it was down to that. Why I ended up here. I mean, I could have ended up anywhere in Thailand, but these videos came up and I thought, well, I like what I see, and it was quite informative. So I thought, right, I'll come here. And that was my first time ever in Thailand, 2023.
But things changed, didn't they? Because when you were going to come out, you were coming out with your partner. And then
Yeah. So me and my partner, we were together for 9 years, and we were planning to come to Thailand together to do a tour, basically. And unfortunately, in October, or probably a bit before that, to be honest, she told me that she was leaving me. She never said why. She just said it was time to leave, so she left. So I thought, well, I'm not ruining the chance to come to Thailand. So instead of coming for 2 weeks, came for 3.
Even better than really, isn't it?
Well, it was...
The leash you've been unleashed. You're like, right, the reins are off, let's go.
Oh, it was crazy.
So when you first came to Thailand, where did you go first? Did you go to Bangkok or did you come straight in?
No, I came straight here. Literally, I'd booked a taxi and I come straight in. I ended up at LK President.
Yeah.
And the first night, I mean, I'd had a lot going on prior to coming here.
Yeah.
And I do suffer from PTSD. Right. I don't tend to suffer a lot now, to be honest, here. I mean, I'd had a bit of an episode last night, to be honest. But stuff's going on at the moment. And when I got here, it was just overwhelming. I had a bit of a walk out. I was tired. It was overwhelming. I thought, what have I come to? Literally, I had a massive meltdown on my very first day. I rung my son and said, I'm coming home. He went, what do you mean you're coming home? You've only just got there. I said, no, it's not for me, this. I'm coming home. He went, calm down, Dad, calm down. You'll be all right. And the next day I went out and it all changed. It was...
So first day you were cursing me, saying, Trevor, I bloody watched your videos and I'm not liking this. It's not what you said. And now you're living here.
Well, to be honest, it's not that I didn't like it. It was just a lot going on. You know what I mean? When I came out and onto Soy Bacau, I'd never seen it. Well, seen it on the videos. You don't tend to understand what it's actually like until you get here. And it was just literally just the whole street just boom came on me like that. Yeah. And I walked back to the hotel and literally had a meltdown.
The trouble is, a lot of people watch you that haven't been out here, you know, like yourself and other people. You know, you watch you and you think, nah, that's just for the camera. It can't really be like that. There's got to be something going on. It's not quite as we portray it. But the reality is, like you said, you know, when you come out here, it is exactly what you expect.
Oh, it is. It's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, at the moment, it's quite nice, to be honest. It's quite calm.
Yeah.
But yeah, come November, when I came that November, it was in the busy season. I think really, if you're coming here, you need to come in the quiet season first. Ease yourself in first. Just get used to it because it's. But I'm used to it now. You know, you get used to things, don't you? So, and to be honest, I absolutely love it here.
Brilliant.
I absolutely love it. It is crazy. You can get. It does engulf you.
Yeah.
It can engulf you. And you've got to be very strong to control yourself. Saying that, I was out last night, I was out the night before, Don't
worry, we're all guilty of that.
I know, yeah.
So in terms of like coming out, I mean, when you go, obviously, like I said, it was overwhelming. You thought, well, I'm not really sure if this is for me. You know, obviously your son talked some words of sense you, calmed you down, and then you've been here now. How long did it take you before you fell in love? Because there's thousands of beautiful ladies around here. How long did it take to fall in love?
Next day. Oh, honestly, I'm terrible.
I
watched all these videos on don't fall in love.
What about a 3-day rule?
3-day rule, your 3-day rule. You always go down about the 3-day rule. I literally, so after me bit of a meltdown, the next day I thought, right, I've got to be strong, I'll go out and I'll have a look.
Yeah.
So I'd walk around, walked into Tree Town, walked into a bar. I thought, I was just walking through. I thought, I won't go in any bars, I'll just walk around. And as I passed this bar, I thought, I should go in this bar. I don't know why. I went in this bar. So I went in and sat down in the corner. And the girl came over and said, what do you want? And I said, oh my God, no, just give us a drink. Panic, give us a drink. So I sat there and she looked quite nice. And she never really said anything. She just brought me a drink and all that. And I'm just sat there on my own and I thought, and I looked at her and I went, do you want a drink? Just like that. And she went, yeah, okay, we'll have a drink. So we had a drink together. And I booked all these things as well as coming here. I booked all these events, but like 2 people events.
Yeah.
Like going to the shows, this, that, and the other. And I had nobody. And I just said to her, I've explained the situation. I've got all these things I want to go and see. You know, would you be interested in coming along? And she went, yeah, okay. that lasted for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh yeah, she was with me for the whole 3 weeks. She literally moved into the hotel and everything.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. And she was literally, and it was amazing.
Why didn't you ring your son to get some more sense talked into you? Why didn't you give him a call? Say, son, she's not been here 3 days. She's now here for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Honestly, it was. It just felt right. You know what I mean? She could speak good English. We clicked because they all say that everybody clicks it, right? Yeah. Before anybody starts saying, "Oh, it's just the way they are." Yeah, you're right. It's just the way they are. But I was happy to have her with me.
I think one of the biggest things that people don't understand is, and like you're a good example, this as are many other people who come out here. You know, if you've had a bit of a kick in back home, things have fell apart. You know, you are, like you say, you do feel sorry for yourself. Oh God, you know, all this has happened. I've had 9 happy years now. I've just been kicked in the bollocks. And then you come out here and then you settle down and think, oh, okay, I'm here now. I'm going to enjoy myself. And suddenly you got the attention of all these beautiful women.
Yeah.
Like, wow, like, because back home that wouldn't happen like this. You know, like, oh, so you want to go out for a drink? You want to go, and it's quite unsettling and unnerving at the early stages because you just don't realise why. You think, what, really? You're going to come out with me like, that's okay? Yeah, no problem. I'll come do your tours with you. And then, like say, 3 weeks down the road, you're in hook, line and sinker, and then it's like, right, I've got to go home, sweetheart, and I'll be back. You know, when you went back home the first time, how long was it before you came back out again?
A month.
A month. Yeah. So you really did get caught in.
Oh, did I ever? Yeah. Literally, because at the time I was working, like so the last job I had was in the funeral service, and that was part-time, so I could take whatever time I wanted. And literally, it was about a month.
Wow.
I had Christmas at home, and then January, and I was back here in Feb.
What did your son say?
He said, "Are you off your head?"
What did you say?
I went, "Yeah,
yes,
I am." Well, that's the way I am. I'm completely off my head. You think about all the jobs I've done, you've got to be off your head.
Yeah, true. You've got a lot of emotional jobs there.
Yeah. You've got to be slightly a bit crazy to do.
Yeah, I think what people don't appreciate is like, you know, when you go back to your history and your work employment, you know, the things that you see, we don't really understand. We don't accept, you know, because we don't see it. But you're doing that day-to-day basis and things like that. They do carry with you. You know, it takes a certain kind of person to be able to deal with that. Think to say, right, yes, I know what I'm seeing right now, but that's work. Let's get that done. Maybe you'll dwell on it for a day or a night or a couple of days, or sometimes a bit longer if it's a really bad thing. But then you've got to move on. And so I suppose that's replicating what you're doing now. You know, you had your 9 years, right, now got to move on. And out you go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people say, why have I done this? I did this because I wanted to do it. And, you know, I spent a lot of money on it.
It's a lovely place. We're going to talk about this in a minute, but it's a lovely restaurant. Honestly, I love the decor, and we'll talk about that because I know that's relevant to your father. So you came out here, had your 3 weeks whirlwind, went back home, a month later came back out here. Did you pick up where you left off, or how did things progress?
Do you know what, right? I tried to.
Oh, okay.
I said, I'm coming back. She went, no, don't come back yet. Don't come back yet. And I went, why not?
There's another customer coming in there now.
Exactly, yeah. And she'd... Obviously, she was a nurse. She was actually a nurse. So she was working as a nurse in the daytime, and she worked in a bar at night time.
Okay.
And that's where I still keep in contact with her now. She's round in Thailand somewhere in a mobile medical unit.
Okay.
Looking, you know, in the provinces.
Yeah.
Treating people. So I still keep in touch with her.
Yeah.
But no, when I came, and when I left, and I said, what are you going to do now? And she said, I'm getting out of the bar. I'll go and work in a restaurant. And she actually did. I didn't believe it, to be honest. I've heard all these stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, I'm working in a restaurant, but then the next minute they're in a bar. But no, she moved into a restaurant. She was still doing a nursing thing, and she moved into a restaurant, working in the restaurant. And I came back to see her, and she knew I was coming. And I went into the restaurant, and she was lovely. She gave me a big hug and a kiss and everything, and said how lovely it was to see you. And I said, right, when we're going out? She went, oh no, I'm too busy. I said, what do you mean you're too busy? I've come to see you. She said, no, I'm too busy. I said, what, do you have days off? She went, yeah. I said, well, can I not see you on your days off? No, I'm too busy.
Sleeping.
I'm too busy. And so for 3 weeks, and literally I didn't see her. I didn't see her at all. So I thought, right, fair enough. So at the time, I wasn't in LK, President. I was at a hotel just up the road from where she worked. I thought it'd be easier. But I was wrong. It was a horrible hotel as well. So I spent 5 days and I moved out of there and moved back into LK President. And then literally I just went crazy for 3 weeks on Soy Chai Poon, pothole. I just went crazy for the whole 3 weeks on Chai Poon. And I'd gone down to a bar that I'd seen a think somebody, another YouTuber had done this. I went down there and I got friendly with the bar owner there, and I enjoyed myself down in his bar, should we say. And I enjoyed myself in all bars for the whole 3 weeks. Well, I still kept in touch with her, just to say, and she just say, no, I'm just busy now.
So when you came out the second time, obviously you've done your first stint, you came out on the second stint, then you went back home. What made the trigger to say to you, I'm going to come out and live out here? Because that, you know, holiday and having fun is one thing. Now you've not only come out here to live out here, but now you're out here living out here with a business and a really nice restaurant we're going to talk about in a bit. I mean, what was the thought process in saying, do you know what, to hell with it, I'm moving out?
It was all down to my ex, basically, because the house was my mum and dad's that I bought for my dad. And we were due to get married, and I had to pay my ex-wife off. I've had a few wives.
How many of a few?
Well, I've had 3 wives, but I've been engaged 5 times. And people are going to say, oh my gosh. But,
yeah, be nice, guys. Go on, be nice.
But, you know, it's just in my crazy nature. I have a few issues, shall we say, that have come to light over the years. When I was a kid, nobody knew about. So, I have things like I have dyslexia, I've got ADHD, I've got PTSD. I have a few things going on. So it tends to fog your judgment, if you know what I mean.
Slightly.
It tends to fog your judgment as you go through your life. But you just live with it now, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't go, oh, I've got ADHD. So, no, I do that to Carl, that's my business partner. When he says, why haven't you done this? I said, Carl, I've got ADHD, you've got... And he goes mad. I said, don't use that as an excuse.
So what about the decision to move out? When back up here?
So, like I said, that was all down to my ex-partner, because when I was getting married, we remortgaged the house, and I put her name on the mortgage because we were getting married, and if anything happened to me, she had the house.
At the time, made sense.
Yeah. So, and then when she said, I'm leaving you, I had to sell the house because she wanted her 40%.
So, see, now you guys out there watching this that say, oh, you guys come out, you pay for sex. Well, they are. I bet you cost you more in England than it's ever cost you out here.
You know what, Trev? That's absolutely true. Over the 30 years of being married and this, that, and the other in houses, it's cost me a lot more in England than it has here.
Yeah, my ex-wife took me to the clean. I couldn't even spend the amount of money she took on me living out here. Couldn't even do it.
I just want to say something about paying for girls here, right? Everybody all around the world pays for their wives.
Absolutely.
Their girlfriends.
Couldn't agree more.
There's no difference what goes in here the rest of the world.
Yeah.
We all pay for our partners.
Well, the difference between, and I heard this the other day, and I heard this was a brilliant saying. They said, when you're in England or in Europe or in the rest of the world, you pay at the end. Out here, you pay at the front.
Yeah.
And it's so true, because right now, like tonight, if I go out tonight, I walk into a bar, I know I'm going to pay up front. That's it. It's done and dusted. Whereas in England, I was married for many, many years. And then at the end, I thought, okay, Diane, well, look, you've had your fun. I've had my fun. Let's just call it. Oh, no, we're going to court now. What do you going to court? Oh, no, I'm going to release you for everything I could. And I was just like, wow. And I actually got a contempt of court fine because the judge gave all these things. And I had a Jaguar car at the time. And I took the keys out and I said, yeah, you might as well have my car as well. And order, contempt of court, £70 fine. I said, listen, mate, after what you've just given away, I really don't care. Don't worry about that. But so you come out here now. Now you're here. In terms of staying and living here, what about the restaurant? Because now you've opened a restaurant.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? I know you said just spontaneous and...
Well, I thought if I'm coming out here, I don't want to be sat in a condo. I mean, with the money I had, I could have just bought a condo and sat there. But what for? I wanted something to do. Obviously, I'm not working here. I'm just here.
Yeah.
And I own the company. I'm the main director on the company. But I just fancied something to do, and I looked into having a bar. I mean, I nearly got a couple of bars on Pothole, Jaipur.
Did you?
Yeah, I nearly bought a couple of bars on there, but it just didn't appeal to me. It just didn't seem thingy. And to be honest, I've always fancied having a restaurant for some reason. Always fancied it. So I thought, right, I'll look around for a building, and then all of a sudden, this just appeared on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
I came and looked at it. It was a shell. There was nothing here. There was absolutely nothing. It was awful. And I looked, and it was the right money. It doesn't look like it's going to be the right money anymore because we've got things that are going on with the landlord, should we say.
Oh, okay.
And I just thought, well, yeah, it wasn't a lot of money.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Get on with it. Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah. And do I regret spending the money? No.
Well, no. on that,
Can't take it with me, can I?
Well, no, you can't. And what do you know what I'm going to do is, because this has been absolutely brilliant. This is not, You know, when I take on these interviews, like people say, "Oh, like have a chat," I think, "Yeah, I'll come down and have a chat." And I got to be honest with you, Mark, I wasn't sure where this direction of this chat would go, and I've absolutely loved your story. Again, we haven't even touched on your restaurant yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap this one up. We're going to do a part 2. There'll be a part 2 coming out soon, guys, because I think if you like me, you've thoroughly enjoyed it. And the restaurant, I want to talk about it because there's a history behind the names, you said how you've done it. I want to talk about the menu, etc., the different food. So we're going to come back and do that one in part 2. So stay tuned for that one, guys. That'll be out in the very near future, in the next few days. Been a pleasure for part.
Oh yeah, been wonderful. Thank you.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I can't believe like what you've been up to, or into, or around to, or well, everything else.
You know what? People say you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. Hang on. If they don't want to do it, fine. But I'm me.
Yeah.
And I'll do what I want to do. Whether or not anybody says anything, I'll do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And if I make the mistake, well, that's down to me, not anybody else. I make the mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally.
So we're in the middle of filming, and the guy over there staring his eyes, making dingling sounds. But never mind. We'll carry on. We'll just carry on filming. Don't worry. Right, it's been a pleasure, Mark. Thank you so much, guys. Part 2 will be out very soon. I'll put all the details into Mark's restaurant down in the description below. Come and check him out. Come and have a chat with him, guys. He's what a journey. What a journey.
Yeah,
And he's still smiling.
yeah, of course. Listen, you've got to smile. Listen, for everything I've seen in life, and I've seen a lot of horrible things. If I'd just sit here crying all the time, like you can't do that in life. I know it's hard for a lot of people. People do struggle, and I will say this now: if there's anybody in Pattaya is struggling with life and they want to chat, come and see me, right? Because I know what it's like. I've been right to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I've been there, right, and I've got myself back up again. You can do it. You can do it, even if you're not strong.
Yeah.
Just come here. We'll have a brew. We'll have a chat. I mean, I've had a couple of people turn up already for a chat. You know what I mean? And I'll say this now, what goes in here does not come out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? I will never tell anybody anything about what... I'm not like that.
Yeah, no,
All right?
no, that's fair.
Because I'll talk about anything that I've got up to. Well, that's me. But anybody that comes to ever speak to me and they're struggling, it goes in and it never comes out.
No, it's very kind. Well, there you go, guys. Right, come have a chat with Mark. And, like I say, if you are struggling, I know people out there, they do struggle. They perceive this to be, oh, you live in the dream, everything's like all fantasy world. But the reality is when you live here, the dream soon flutters out. It just becomes normality. And you think, actually, I'm not sure. But that's another story. Right, guys, thanks very much for watching. As always, please remember, hit the subscribe button. And also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. If you haven't, jump onto our newsletter, 247@gmail.com. Send us an email through, just says newsletter. That's produced at the end of every month. And at the end of each month, Bo sends it out, packed full of information about what's been going on here in the city for the last month, what events are coming up, etc. So have a look at that, guys. And if you haven't, jump into kick.com/Buzzing That is unfiltered, uncensored videos. We do live streams on a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Go out there with the girls, bananas, you name it, whipped cream games, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, guys, again, there's a link down below. Remember, for Nightlife here, check out Instagram. Instagram, just searching Pattaya. There's over 24,000 people on there. So we pack out every night. We do different videos about the girls, the bars. Just have a look at that. And TikTok is all about restaurants, hotels, places to visit, things to do when you come out here to this wonderful city that we're lucky enough to call home. Have a look on there. If you want to find out information, you're planning a trip out, jump into Discord. There's over 23,000 members in Discord, packed full of information. So if you're a regular traveller and you want to share your knowledge, your experience, please do so. If you're a newbie, you're coming out, maybe you're out once for the first time, you want to find out what to see, what to do, jump in the Discord, guys, totally free of charge, and enjoy what you see in there, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel, please become a member here on YouTube. When you become a member, send me through a confirmation of membership, and I'll send you access to our members only areas, whatever other benefits. All right, there we are. That's it from me. That's it from Mark. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, part 2 will be out soon. Wherever you're in the world, guys, stay safe.